Each and every single one of us has and will make mistakes. But a mistake isn't always permanent. We have the power to amend what we have done and move on if we so choose. Freshman year, I had a 1.7 GPA. Was real bad, y'all, okay? I woke up dreading getting out of bed. I was a stereotypical never going anywhere but wants to be everywhere kid, always argumentative but never listening to understand, only to respond. I wanted to be a smart kid, but I never really wanted to work for it. See, I was cool with the few friends I did have, and that was all that really mattered. But life likes to throw curveballs, and I was thrown into an Avid school. An Avid school so small that each and every class that could implement its teachings did so and did so with pride. I hated it, okay? What in the heck was a Cornell note, and why couldn't I just take regular notes? And what was the point of having all of your classes in one freaking binder? Y'all know how heavy them things can get, okay? You could hurt somebody with that thing, man. Regardless, I was still the same desperate to be accepted clown, and it seemed like the entire school was aboard the Avid train, even if they weren't in the elective class. So, when I was eventually offered the option to join Avid, I didn't care how much I thought I was going to hate it. I wanted to be in it. After getting in, I was able to confirm what I already knew was going to happen. I was going to work. I was still super needy, and all I really wanted was some friends. And in a world where everyone works hard, nobody wants to associate with a slacker. So I had to shift some gears, and Avid was right there to help me through it. And while it sounds cheesy and overused, Avid is seriously like a family, y'all. Now, you don't always get along with family, but because they're a constant presence in your life, you learn to get along with them, even if it's sometimes kind of passive-aggressive. My first year in Avid had me fighting my teacher literally every day for months. And I'm not even kidding, this woman has so much patience. I was essentially starting fights with her for just existing. And it was so wrong, and she so easily could have just kicked me out. But she didn't. Because Tia Farao saw something in me that I refused to see in myself. Potential. Now, I've fought that woman like a wild horse refusing to be tamed, but it's not hard to take a guess as to who won. By the end of the year, I was dedicated enough to defend Avid and those in it. Words fail to elicit the bond you form with your Avid class. My senior year in Avid was turned upside down when Hurricane Maria devastated the island of Puerto Rico. My family had little food, water, and just enough gas to make it to an airport for an evacuation. My father is an E7 Sergeant First Class for the Army, and that is the absolute only reason we were given the opportunity to evacuate. We were notified 3 hours before we were to leave, and it took a good 2 to 3 weeks before we were even in a stable housing arrangement. By the time I had enrolled in school, I had missed the entire first quarter. Luckily, I was enrolled in Avid school. My foster Avid family at Dr. Phillips High School, with Mama Wells at the helm, helped me break open the bubble I had subconsciously put myself in before putting me back in the island. See, I was forced to talk to people I, honest to God, would have never even wanted to talk to. I would have been completely content, in fact, never acknowledging them. But I was forced to, and I really don't regret it. See, I'm still rough around the edges when it comes to dealing with people, but I've definitely gotten better. Since being an Avid, I started doing things with my spare time, like productive things. I tried out for track, made it, loved it, joined cross country the following year. I brought a spotlight to chess club as its president. I've won awards for public speaking as vice president of Ramey's chapter of the Western Forensics League. I was even voted student body vice president. I've learned a lot of things being an Avid. Costa's level of questioning helped me raise my level of thinking. Socratic seminars exposed me to so many different viewpoints. And through reflections, I was able to think about who I was as a person and who I wanted to become. Lastly, one of the main things I've learned in Avid is that people can change. And with a change in heart can come a change in mind. Today, I believe that each and every single one of us is going to change this world. We're all going to leave our mark, no matter how small or how subtle. We are the future. Some of you will guide architects who will help shape this world as we know it through design. Others of you will inspire engineers focusing on building a better tomorrow. You will open the doors for future doctors, soldiers, teachers, lawyers, and everything you do is going to shape someone's tomorrow. Avid, help me shape my future, my tomorrow. And for that, I'm forever grateful. Thank you.